at 6.
Good evening. Thank you for being here. I'm Kara Morrison.
And I'm Naomi Kitt. First tonight at 6, a ruling that has supporters of the McGirt decision celebrating. A U.S. Circuit Court ruled in favor of a Tulsa man who got a speeding ticket in Tulsa on tribal land. He's not appealing the ticket itself. His attorney thinks that Tulsa police had no right to give him the ticket in the first place.
Now, this has drawn reaction from the governor, local law enforcement, and tribal nations. 2 News Oklahoma's Brodie Myers shows us what this means for the future of tribal sovereignty.
The latest in the McGirt saga is a case involving a $150 speeding ticket. Justin Hooper took that case to the U.S. Circuit Court, where judges ruled in his favor. I spoke with his lawyer to gain some more perspective on this case. In the ruling, judges said, quote, once Tulsa reorganized under Oklahoma law, Section 14 no longer applied to the city. Section 14 is part of the Curtis Act, passed in 1898. Lawmakers intended the act to create a sort of agreement between tribal and city governments.
You're dealing with 120 years of history. I'm pleased that they felt that it was cut and dry, but it was not a slam dunk.
That's John Dunn, the attorney representing Justin Hooper. Lawyers for the city of Tulsa argued on grounds of the Curtis Act. Judges ruled it no longer applies. They said once Oklahoma became a state, the Curtis Act no longer applied. Governor Kevin Stitt has long bemoaned the McGirt decision. In a statement, he said in part, citizens of Tulsa, if your city government cannot enforce something as simple as a traffic violation, there will be no rule of law in eastern Oklahoma. I asked Mr. Dunn how he would respond to Governor Stitt.
I would say Governor Stitt doesn't have a clue what the rule of law is. And the court said, we don't care about dire consequences. We care about what the law is, and that's precisely what the rule of law is, and that's what the outcome should have been.
I called the governor's office. They said he wasn't available for an interview. McGirt was thought to apply to major crimes, but this ruling puts a focus on violations as simple as speeding. Rogers County Sheriff Scott Walton is a tribal citizen. He's not happy with Hooper's ruling.
I couldn't disagree with anybody on anything stronger than that. Somebody needs to better explain that to me. The law enforcement community wants to enforce the laws equally.
Dunn thinks everyone is better off. He said any law enforcement agency will respond to any call. The time following a crime is when things change.
The FBI is going to be involved in doing the investigation. So they're going to have 2 great agencies that are working to solve the crime and to find who the bad guy is.
Hooper is a Choctaw citizen. We reached out to the Choctaw Nation, and they sent us a statement saying in part, we strongly believe in appropriate punishments for people who break the law, just as we believe it is important to maintain tribal sovereignty. The next step for this case would be the Supreme Court. That's if the city of Tulsa decides to appeal. A spokesperson for the city told me their legal team is reviewing it and that they have no further comment. Reporting in Tulsa, I'm Brodie Myers, 2 News, Oklahoma.